Faultless practice, faultless practice, faultless. It's like to kind of taking the low profile, okay, low profile. It means it's like not arrogantly to say like this. For example, in this great master of the Shantadevas, to say why I wrote this the Bodhisattva Avatar is I haven't got expectations. It is become very famous, and through this search for received benefit, and also it's like I'm like very bad practitioners. I haven't got studied perfectly, but that just to some those my levels, those are like kind of follow a little bit inferior, like kind of wisdoms. That maybe it's a support. Of course, for example, Shantadeva is like really is the manifestation of the wisdom deity of the Machu Goshas, and everything's like kind of understand, not necessarily, but this is kind of the way of the authentic beings to taking the low profile and to say. And here's this, the sentences say, the verses goes like, since I have inferior intelligence and little education, this is not a composition that would please scholars, but because it is based on the sutta and on the teachings of authentic beings, I think that there are no mistakes in this bodhicitta practice. And of course, he's taking is like kind of humble and low profile to take like kind of fruitless practice means. Is of course I'm inferior. He's not inferior. He's like in the single lifetimes he become the enlightened man, and he has a follower thousand and thousand. He's all the books what he wrote, and the books is very precious, very repeat instructions, and everybody is like recognize that his teachings same almost the same as the Buddha's, and therefore he's not inferior like this intelligent. Of course, it's like the education is you can to look at his biographies, such and how he's like kind of study things, how he received the educations, how he practiced in the dharmas, how we can to under his hardships, and in order to accomplishment of the dharma, and therefore, of course, it is like a great. But he's taking the kind of taking this low profile and like a fitness practice, and also he said it's like some wired, some is intelligent, some great masters, like great poets or poemers, poetic, like poets, and writers, and it's difficult to is making the pleasant, but it's like maybe there are something based is maybe benefit, because it's like there are something he's collected some great point from the sutta and tanta, and particularly so he rely on the authentic beings. That means his own individual spiritual friends, and I think there are a little bit maybe is the benefit. Maybe there's no mistake. Maybe it's like kind of elegant, not elegant shastras, not kind of like how do you say it's like they like academic. It is like a kind of poetic way to write like the shastras, not like this. But maybe if there is not a mistake, then okay, you can to study. Okay, it's you can to take into the path. He say like this, humbly is this. He taking the humble profile, but of course he's not. And like, but also this is very important for us. You know, sometimes it's like our arrogance is very much taken care. When it's like when I was in the universities, and sometimes in Europe, our like kind of Dharma like translations. I need to a little bit things, okay, translation. When they are translating times, teachers teaching times, oh, you made a mistake, I cannot translate. This is not correct. Sometimes the teacher says, I cannot teach continue. Once it's like one of our Rinpoche was in Denmark, there is one translator, he's saying something, and this translator says, no, this is not correct. And he said, please, whatever I say, can you translate it? No, it's like, this is no, I cannot translate. And then they are arguing, and they cannot critique. And that is like this. Normally, it's like, even when we be in the student, sometimes we become a little bit intelligent. Teachers teaching, it's my explanation is better than, I can't listen, This kind of like coding our educations, making the arrogant or the proud. Then this arrogant proud, it is really is not according to Dharma. And this is our error, this is our defect. This is like kind of like this. When I was, it's like in the university, then of course I'm all the time. When I understand a little bit now I understand maybe better than these teachers. I discovered this like this and that, they say. And you don't say like this, he or she don't say like this. I discovered it like this and that, Or next time I can do explanation and better than these teachers. And this kind of this is really negative emotion. This kind of is like to have. Normally, for example, in China, some lamas invited, translators translating, and then it's like a teacher says something a little bit, and translators talk a lot. And sometimes teacher to say a lot, translator to say a little bit. And then the Chinese is very strange, they are counting. You translate too much, or you use it too less to say. And then this conclusion, what they say is to say the translation. Whatever teacher says, can you translate? Why? Because he or she made mistake, he or she mistake. It's not translators like kind of mistake. It doesn't matter. If you like kind of to change the translations or something, it's like interpretations to change, and then it's maybe correct, then we don't need to teachers, we just listen to the translators. Why we need it? And some as I think it's some our Philippines went to some different countries. There are some is like translators. They doesn't much speak Tibetan. I heard, okay, but they say something and then they are continue translating. And then it's like there's some says, what happened to go on this? And it is like sometimes our educations to very much to need to insight to taking the profile, the student. When we follow even we made the great masters, we should to take care our arrogant, proud, 100%. And this is our negative emotion. This is our hindrance. This is absolutely obstacles. And sometimes, for example, some of my teachers, it's a kind of pencil Rinpoche. We already someone's made it. And he is a really very, very big kanchen, very, very finished. But when you listen to his teachings, a lot of examples of teaching. For example, what can I say, and so on, and search, this kind of. And then it's like some students, too much examples. So maybe I will teach better than the kind of what I say. And this kind of, that is like a difficult, even the some pit instruction is coming, and we never take the low profile, and we say it's like that. Then the teaching doesn't go to direct into our heart. Therefore, it's like, generally speaking, we need to take the low profile. Very, very important. But we never say, I am bad. We need to self-confidence, because inside we have education, inside we have Buddha nature. That is the most important, okay? Just according to I want to say is like a faultless practicing things. And then I'm going to next the verse, the diminution.